Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning. So, usually I go live, I try to go live in the middle of the week, but the week got ahead of me. And so I thought I'll do my live today at the end of the week before the weekend. So, there's been a common theme come through for me with clients lately. People talking about feeling frustrated, starting to feel their confidence and self-esteem being bashed because they feel like they're being overlooked at work. They're not being considered for certain promotions. They're putting in really hard work, and somehow they don't seem to be getting ahead. Other people are being given the opportunity and they're not. So, when you're a solid, dedicated worker, sometimes it's hard to go through this. It can be challenging. So the first thing, obviously, I have a few suggestions around managing this, and also some tips on how to increase your visibility. So the first thing I would suggest is that you slow down, take a deep breath, take stock of the vibe around you. So if you feel that your manager or your manager's manager or others who can, key decision makers are overlooking you, not giving you an opportunity, the first thing to do is, before you take things too personally. Now, it's difficult to not take it personally, right? Because in many ways, it questions our credibility, or we feel like someone's questioning our capability and our ability. So, those things can't help but dent the self-esteem. But stop, take a breath, and check the manager's vibe. Check the vibe around you. So one of the ways you can see if you're being deliberately dismissed because someone has got their own personal agenda, or they don't necessarily want to promote you, is watch what happens when you provide suggestions, when you talk to your manager about, or you start asking questions, provide suggestions, or when you ask for feedback. All of us humans have the ability to read energy. And you can usually tell by the way someone reacts to you. If they're dismissive of your questions, if they're dismissive of your suggestions or ideas, chances are that person is either having their own personal problems and so not really connecting to you, or they actually do have a problem with you, or they have their own personal agenda for not wanting to give you a shot. So first thing is to check the vibe. Look at the energy. The other thing to check is, have you been stepping up? Does the manager or the key decision maker know about your contributions? Are you making yourself known? Because here's the thing to remember, right, is that decisions, important decisions, many decisions are made behind closed doors. So the senior leaders, senior managers know of opportunities coming on the horizon long before they even announced. And sometimes those key decisions are being made before the opportunity is even announced. So managers talk behind closed doors about star candidates, star performers, people who step up and so on. And often, an opportunity will be announced, but the leaders have already made the decision. And often that decision making occurs because you're being observed, or candidates or people or employees are being observed. And, a middle manager might put up someone for promotion or for an opportunity to an executive leader long before a position or an opportunity is even announced. So here's the thing. You need to remember that those key decisions are often made ahead of time, and they're made behind closed doors. So your thing to ask yourself is, am I visible enough? Does my manager know my capability? Is he or she aware of the contribution I consistently bring? And to ask yourself, do I bring consistent contribution? Am I someone who steps out of my normal job role to go and help in areas that may not necessarily be in your job remit, so to speak, but that you will still take on to try and support and help others? And then, are you building your professional portfolio? So that's another question to ask yourself. Am I building my professional portfolio? And what I mean by that is, are you stepping up to do presentations? Are you sharing knowledge? Are you creating knowledge share capabilities or forums? And are you stepping into activities outside of your normal job? In other words, are you helping out? Are you going above and beyond? Because see, all of those things will have you become more visible to your manager, and if not your manager, to the managers above. So that's just a couple of things I want you to consider before you take things really personally. Consider those things, ask yourself those questions, and try to do an honest, impartial inventory. Ask yourself, am I taking it too personally? Have I made myself visible enough? Am I stepping up? And also really watch the vibe of the manager. Watch the vibes of the manager when you ask for feedback, when you asking questions. Hi, Gina, how are you? Okay, so now how do you increase visibility? Some very basic ways to increase visibility within your company. My number one suggestion is that you get your manager to get to know you. So book a regular meeting with your manager. Don't be the person that only waits for the annual performance review before, you're having conversations with your manager about your performance, about what you can do to uplift your performance, or, how you can contribute. My number one suggestion is that you book a regular meeting with your manager, whether that's weekly or whether that's fortnightly or even once a month, and make sure that you're constantly seeking feedback, that you ask for extra work, that you ask for extra tasks to help out, but also seek feedback. Ask your manager, how do you think I can grow? Where do you think I can grow? And pay attention to that. Because you showing initiative is going to have you front of mind with the manager. And it's not necessarily the manager that's going to initiate the one-on-one meeting. You have to do that. So take responsibility for that and make sure you become visible to your manager through one-to-one meetings. Another way to become visible is to start promoting others. So, if you're working with a team of people and you see that they're doing really good work, start promoting that. Or if you're working with a group of people and it's cross collaboration and someone in another team has done really great work for your team, get in touch with that person's manager via email, via phone call, and let their manager know what a great job they did. Because here's the thing, if you start developing a culture of recognition and reward, that's going to circle back to you. It's going to circle back to you. And before long, people will start to know you as the person that elevates other people. And guess what that leads to? People elevating you. That's how you also become visible within the company. And then show up in areas outside of your immediate department. Attend the work functions. Participate in committees, do the volunteering thing. A lot of companies these days have volunteering exercises because, it's often over casual conversations where careers get changed, right? So often over casual conversations where careers get changed. People get to know you. They get to see that you're someone who wants to contribute, especially when you're working in a volunteering capacity with a company's volunteering exercise. Lots of companies do that. But even if you attending, company functions, that's where you meet people in other departments and they get to know you. And many decisions or information gets shared over casual drinks. We let our guard down a little bit. We're not as, kind of stiff upper lip or super professional, you're having a chat, you're attending a function, there might be a speaker you're listening to, and you enjoy that speaker and you share that information with someone. That's how people get to know you as well. So, very simple ways to become visible. The other one is plant seeds with your manager consistently. So you want to be the person that's planting ideas. If you see something can be improved, speak to your manager about it. Get to know them. Ask for their feedback. Hey, I came up with this idea. What do you think? Do you think we could implement it if I went and do the research, or if I start talking to the departments that can help us make this process better? Run ideas past your manager all the time, particularly in that one-on-one meeting, but also become visible in meetings. So when you have your team meetings, be the person, be one of the people that contribute, that ask questions, that make suggestions and ask people what they think. And, if people seem interested, then immediately follow up and see if you can create some collaboration to implement that idea. Another way to become visible in the company. And then the other one is something you do for yourself. So you go to networking forums, LinkedIn in particular, and start contributing in networking forums. Because sometimes there are situations where managers develop a bee in their bonnet about you. And no matter what you do, things don't work out. So even if you've done all these little strategies, I've told you, things don't work out and people still don't support you in being pushed forward in the company. And that could be just a personality clash, someone having their own agenda, or some companies want to keep people in certain positions so they don't have to, increase their pay because they're going for promotion or anything. People have their own reasons, their own motivations, their own agendas. And yes, it does exist that there are some people who don't do things for the right reasons. By and large, most companies will always be looking to grow their people, but there are some people that don't look to grow others. So you need to be aware of that. And if that starts to happen and you see that all your efforts have not worked out, here's the thing: you need to constantly be building your networks, regardless of whether you're thriving at a company or not, because life changes all the time and you don't know when you're going to need to reach out to within your network to find the next opportunity. So, become a contributor on LinkedIn forums. Find a couple of forums or groups that you're interested in and contribute regularly. And you don't have to be on there every day. It doesn't have to consume your time. But I would suggest you get onto a forum or onto a group that's of interest and contribute at least once or twice a week. So people get to know you, and offer value in your comments, share information, and people will get to know you. I've had a number of clients who've landed roles from LinkedIn directly from people reaching out to them because they were visible and they were active participants in LinkedIn forums. So don't discount that. And as always, I wish you the best in your search. And remember, try not to take things personally, show resilience, and become your own champion for your progression in your career. Be mindful of taking things too personally, where you become stuck, you start having it damage your confidence, and you don't actually move forward and look for opportunities. In the end, we always have to be, an active participant in our own success. And that's always my message to all of my clients. Be an active participant in your own success. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Those of you who are in Melbourne, it's a lovely sunny day. If you can get out, go and have some fun, get some sunshine on your face, and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye for now.